What's up, everyone? This is Sam, and I'm going to start a tutorial series, I hope, on how to create a two-dimensional retro-style pixelated computer game entirely in Java. So let's get started. First thing you're going to want to do is create a new project. As you can see, I'm using Eclipse. You might be using something different, but the code should still be the same for both. Okay, the project name, I'm just going to call it Pixel Game for now. Okay, and we're going to create a new package. I'm going to call it org.game. Inside of it, we'll put a new class, and we'll just call it game. Now, I want to create this is going to be my main class, so I want to create the public static void main string array args method, which is the entry point into a Java application. I'm going to create another package. I'm going to call it org.graphics. Inside of that package, I'm going to put a class called renderer. It's going to be where we do all of our game's rendering code. I'm going to create a new method, public static void init. We'll initialize everything here. So we go to game, we're going to say renderer.init. As you can see, it automatically imported the correct thing, which is very useful. Public static void init. Inside of that, we're going to go ahead, actually, let's create some variables first. Private static frame. As an aside, a good rule of thumb when deciding whether to make a variable public, private, or protected is to make it as private as possible. Only make it as public as is necessary. So since this is only going to be referenced here, it can be private. It's only going to be referenced inside this class, it can be private. This, however, needs to be public because it's referred to from outside of this class. Okay, so private when you can, public only when you have to. So private static frame, private static canvas. And to import, it gives us this error because it's not imported yet. In Eclipse, pressing Command-Shift-O, at least on Macintosh, should import all the dependencies that you need. So that's very convenient. Now, so we've got private static canvas. The frame is basically the window of our application, and the canvas is the drawable area where everything's actually all the graphics are going to be rendered. So, in init, we want to go ahead and create those. Frame equals new frame. Canvas equals new canvas. Pretty simple stuff. Canvas dot set preferred size. This takes a dimension. We'll create a new dimension. And press Command-Shift-O to import dimension. This takes two parameters, the width and the height. Right now we're going to say canvas width and canvas height. We're going to go create those variables now. Private static int canvas width equals 0. Private static int canvas height equals 0. Now the reason why we're making them 0 is because we're actually going to decide what the canvas width and height should be based on the user's screen, so there's no point in setting it to anything right now, so we'll just set it to be 0. But we will set it before we make this call right here, and I will do that in the next video. For now, we're just going to get the frame up and running. Frame.add canvas. That puts the canvas into the frame, which is necessary. Frame.pack. That sets the size of the frame to fit with all of its components. In this case, the only component is the canvas. So frame.pack will set it to the size, the preferred size, that is, of the canvas, which we defined over here. So frame.set resizable, false. We don't want the user resizing the game, at least not yet. Frame.set set location relative to null. That puts it in the center of the window as opposed to in the upper left hand corner like it likes to do by default. Frame dot set visible true, and now the window will appear. Now if we were to go ahead and run this, a window would appear and it would be too small. As you can see, that's too small. And this is because canvas width and canvas height are set to 0. You'll also notice that even if I click on this button right here, the window doesn't go away. That's because frames don't intercept the window events automatically and do something with them. You kind of have to do that yourself. We can easily do that. We just say frame.add window listener, new window adapter, and then treat it like a function. Add 2 parentheses, a forward bracket, and a closing bracket like that. So treat this like it's its own little function. And then we can say public void window closing. That's an event that is fired whenever you press the close button on the window. It takes a window event. Import that. For now, we'll just say game.quit. There is no game.quit, obviously, and you'll have to import game. It's going to say there is no method called quit because there isn't. So we go in here, public static void quit. Now, in this method, later on, we're probably going to want it to do something like maybe save the state of the game, or ask if you really want to quit, or something like that. Probably stop the threads that are running and make sure all the, everything stops the way it should. But for now, we're just going to, in quit, we're just going to say system.exit, which should shut down the program. So now if we run that, we get a window that's still too small, but if we press this, it closes, like magic. It's pretty cool. Anyway, that's it for the first video. In the next video, I'll show you how we get the size that we want for the window. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing on this video, and I'll see you next time.